Hello and welcome to this session on creating an online course using a drag and drop tool. Any and every teacher can do this. Anybody who can use a computer can easily put together a course and host it online, put it inside a learning management system, and put it on a local server so that students don't have to navigate through several folders, come up 3 folders, go down 3 folders. The whole idea is to put the content together in such a way that it's easy to navigate. Let me show this to you without talking too much about this. So this morning my son was telling me that he had to go through several clicks to actually get to the content on the learning management system. Now even if this is hosted within a learning management system, what happens is it makes it easy for a student to navigate and find content. Once you organize content for students, once they know where to find the material, the assessments, the sample answers, you have boosted the chances of success because you have taken away a lot of factors that cause frustration. So once you sign up, I'm just going to sign in into one of these and show you how to build it from scratch. So here I've logged in. You can have up to 10 different sites. I'm going to go and add a site here. I'm going to call it, while it doesn't specifically have an education site, Weebly has education.weebly.com. So if you're a teacher, just change your Weebly account to an education account and you can have it. Right now I'm just going to go, I'll just take business and I'll say this is grade 7 course. I'm just going to select a nice clean theme that students like. I'm just going to try and find for something really white. I might just go for this one. I click on start editing. It's an online tool, so it can be slow if your internet is slow. You can choose a subdomain. I'm just going to choose grade 7 demo. Now you only have to publish it to get this the package, the zip file, and then you can unpublish it if you don't want to leave it. If you have a paid version, if you upgrade for a paid version, you can actually have a password. So I've created a course. I've gone in here. That's it. I've just selected a theme, selected a title, and I'm here. And all my menus are here. If you don't like the theme, let's say you did want a theme somewhere else, you can easily go and change your theme. There's no problem with that. If you like a theme, you've customized it, you can actually go and upload that custom theme. So there's a lot you can do with this one. So I've just changed the theme here. You can see, and now this theme actually gives me buttons here. This is by default responsive. By responsive, I mean what you're going to create will automatically respond to devices. If somebody is accessing your intranet or LMS from a mobile phone, this is what they will see. They will be able to see this on their phone, and this is how it will be seen. So it will adapt. It tries to adapt. Most of the themes are sort of designed to adapt to devices. The first thing I want to do is build the structure. So I'm going to click on pages. Now I need to delete a lot of pages. I'm just going to delete a lot of the pages. I'm just going to go here, delete, come here. The reason I'm deleting it is because it comes with a lot of backgrounds and stuff on the page which I don't want really. I want something blank which I can create, so I can show you how to put together your course. And also I want to teach you the tools, so I'm not going to use any of these pre-built elements. I'm going to add a new page, a new standard page. I'm going to call this about the teacher, whatever. The header type can be no header, small header. Okay, let's put a small header. I'll leave it in the navigation. Now this home page I don't want the home page. My first page will be the about page. So all I have is the about page. and it's all blank. Okay, now you can see that here blank spots, it says drag elements here, click here to edit. So I can modify a lot of these things. Let's start by modifying these things. I'm going to hover over this, and if I hover over these elements and I hover to the right, I can click on this X and it will delete it. Yeah, so it's I've got this thing here, and you can see I can reduce this. See this? This is the background. This is the background. You can add things here. I'll show you how. So that's the header. It has a background. You can say edit background. You can make it into a color. You can change the color, and you can give it a small bluish color. Yep. Here you can have a logo if you want. You can have your school logo, your course logo. Here you can have your title, or you can have the logo here and you can have the school here. Let me show you how to do it. So if you go to build, and you drag and drop an image here, you can upload an image from your computer. Let me see if I have any picture. Oh, I have a I have a logo of Notepad++. I'll just show you. So I can have my logo there, kind of thing. Okay. And I can delete that one back. I can just put grade 7. Let's say you're the teacher of grade 7B. Let's put it grade 7B. Give it a color. So I've just highlighted this. Click on this A here. When you highlight it, you get this bar here. And just go and choose a darkish color because you need it a bit darker. Yep, cool. You don't want the font so big, just sort of reduce it a bit if you want. And you can add an image next to it if you want as well. Now you see this is about. Now I want to build more pages. I have, let's say, subjects. What I can do is I can actually take this about page and say copy this page, and this copied page I will call it subjects. Now under subjects, I hit on copy again, by the way, that's why I got this. So when under subjects I want English. So I'm hitting copy, I get one more. So English, actually I want it as a subset of subjects, so I'm going to drag and drop it to the side. So when I go over subjects, I get English, see that? And then this fellow will be, you can have maths, and you can have so many. I'm just going to put about 3. I'm just going to put geography. Copy again. So geography comes here. Geography is also a subset of subjects. Under English, you can then have a further subset, term 1, term 2, term 3, and so on. This fellow here, this geography here, I'm going to change to digital technology because I'm just going to use digital tech. I'm just going to use some examples that I have. And then finally I can say, okay, contact your teacher. Now these things, whether they come in capitals or whether they come in small, are actually determined by the theme. I'll show you where. Oh, I don't want this extra, so I'm just going to hit delete on that extra contact page. So if you go to theme here, you can change fonts, and these things decide your navigation menu. You will see uppercase, on, off, and all those things. You can have that. So the main navigation, these are the fonts. is already uppercase. This theme, sub navigation, you can choose the fonts, the colors in some themes depending on what they allow you to customize. And I'll show you these things as a build. Suppose I drag and drop a title here. Yep. And I go to theme and I say change fonts. So if I click on titles, you see the blue highlight around the text shows me that's what will be changed if I change that font and so on and so forth. And you can see the navigation menu that is supposed to change. So if I select a different font, so this font itself is a all caps font. And if I wanted to increase the font size, there you go. So you can modify these. Let's go back to build and let's build this here. So we have got pages, subjects, we have got 3 subjects, we have got contact. Let's finish the contact first. So in contact you can actually have, you can drag and drop a campus map and show where your map is. Let's see, I'm just trying to find a map for a block at a local university here. Let's see what comes up. So you can see, okay, there's a let's say there's a H block here, or so on and so forth. So what you can do is you can actually click on share, and it should give you this URL, right? Now what happens in Weebly is that if you drag and drop a map, you get this. When you click on the map, you can give it the address here, H block. I mean, you could be a tuition teacher and maybe you want to put up an address. So you just type it and then you come out and it should try to pick it up. So yeah, there it's actually picked up the Griffith University. I can go back there and adjust the zoom again. Yep. Now suppose you wanted a form for students to contact you. On this left side here, there are quite a few useful things, and we will use these texts and divisions. But if you go lower, you should find a contact form. Actually it's right up here. So you drag it and drop it. If you drag it and drop it next to this, it will come on the left. See the blue line? If I drag it and drop it on top, it will come on top, on the side, on the bottom. So I'm just going to drag it and drop it on the left side. So I got a contact form here, and you can change this to say contact teacher. And you have this form. Now if you go to form options, you can actually change your email address to myteacher@myschool.com, and you can change the confirmation message that they will see and so on, or you can give a link, thank you, or so on. You can link to a page after they submit the form, and you can have a simple form. This form, if you click on form options, you should see more form. You can see more form options if you want a drop down box, if you want an upload file option. So if students need to upload an assignment, you can actually drag and drop a file upload option here. And just put it above there. Okay, so you need, that's a premium option. I'm using the free version, but if you pay for it, you can do incredible things in it. So wherever you see this, you will find those are premium options. So I'll save this, get out of here. That's enough for the contact. About can be welcome, and you can drag and drop a text and have your welcome message. Welcome to year 7. This year promises to be full of fun, excitement, and learning. There you go. I can add your message. You want to put a photograph of yourself, put a photograph of the teacher. Drag and drop the image icon. Drag and drop it. Let's drop it to the right hand side. Let's click. Yeah, I don't have many pictures in this. Don't have a picture of myself. I should have planned this better. Okay, I'll get a picture of myself. So I'm just going to put this in the pictures folder. Okay, just need to get back to my screen. So yeah, there's my picture. Drag and drop. Just drag and drop. Now suppose you want somebody else to help you with this. You can always go into settings and go into editors and say, hey, I would like Dilip to be an editor on this. So if you say dilipkatia@hotmail.com, then dilipkatia@hotmail.com will be added as an editor, and you can send me an invitation. If you say save editor, okay, Dilip, I'll give a valid email address. And now I have sent an invitation to myself to be an editor. So you can send an email invitation to anybody else who would want to edit on this. So let's say there are 3 or 4 teachers who are teaching grade 7, and somebody wants to update the geography page, somebody wants to update the history page. You could collaborate together and put this together, then plug it into your intranet, put it on the server, and I'll show you how. So that's settings. Okay, let's go back to build. So build, I put a picture, I put a welcome message. Let's go to subjects. Let's try digital technology. I've got a few things for digital technology. I did plan a bit. So let's say in digital technology, let me look at my Word document. So let's say I want to say in this course we are going to do this. Okay. In digital technology we are going to learn 3D Studio Max, let's say. So I come here, give it a title, digital technology. Come here, drag and drop. It's all drag and drop. You see, all drag and drop. I start putting some text, and now I want to, let's say, give them the software download link. Now this is actually the link. If you see, if I click on it, that's the link here. But it's pretty long, so I can do something clever here. I can do something clever like I can come here and say, actually, let me do something else. Let me put another heading on this side. I'll call it links. Make this a smaller one. And the new version had some color boxes. I can put something like a segment, like a section. Yeah, let me put a section, because a section can be colored. So I just dragged this section, and you can choose when you drag and drop a section, it actually gives you what type of section do you want. Do you want a gallery, or do you want a team? So meet the team, meet all the teachers, and you can modify it, of course, to add more. Look at your featured subjects or featured products, and so on and so forth. So this one I'm just going to delete this section. because I did it again. So in this section, I just didn't select any particular section. I just selected this. I'm going to add a background. Just give it a bit of a color so that the students can actually give it some attention. So a bit of a color there. And this links, I'm going to drag it. You see this gripper here? You see just like a gripper? Hover over it, click it and drag it and drop it into this one. Okay, it's come here. Gonna change the color, make it a bit darker. Yeah, so that's links. For this course, let's say I've got a few more links like, okay, download 3ds Max link. Yeah. Now how do I make this into a link? My link is here. This is my link. Better to take it from so if I just click on this, click on edit background, change color, make it really lightish. Yeah. So here my links, I can add a section. There'll be a bit more links. So I'm just going to put some more content. So if you have your content written, put your content. You can select things, add bullets to it. You can format stuff. And you can add some more links. So I've got a few more links and I've got a few more files. So I've showed you how to make a link here, but I'll show it again. So download 3ds Max. So I'll call this software books. So I've got 2 books here. Draw. Draw the Marvel comic way. Let's rather draw comics the Marvel way. And let's have another one called, okay, I'll just put one and you get the idea. So to get the link, I've got the link here. I must first check it. I must open it. Now the idea of putting such links is, I don't know whether this is, I don't want to download it and provide it because it may be copyright protected, but if it's already available on the internet, I can just provide a link to it. That's fine. And if tomorrow this link gets pulled down for various reasons, the students can inform you and then you can find some other resource. But to download stuff and then put it as your own becomes a bit dodgy on this day and age of the internet. So you got to be a bit careful and safe when you use third-party resources. Ideally, I'm a big fan of creating your own personal resources. So just write a small book that is out of 2 chapters that the students need to know and just put your own book there. So try and have everything your own way. But if you have some resource which they really need, and especially as they get into higher education, then sure. So that's another link here. Now what if you wanted to put files? So I'm going to drag and drop a heading, put it here, and I'm going to call it downloads. Click on this, and give it a dark color, downloads. Drag a text box and drop it below it, so it'll come next to each other. So this fellow here has gone down. I'm going to drag it and drop it here. So they come side by side. So you see, you have to rearrange these things. See, if it comes down, it will sit below it. It won't sit beneath it. So you can just, you may need to arrange these things. So downloads, let's say you have to download a PowerPoint. Now, I can actually drag and drop a file. I can drag and drop a file. here, file. And I can click and choose what file it is going to be, upload file. Now this file goes and sits in the Weebly server, bear in mind. So let's say I've got a geography thing. I should have put this in geography. But let's say I've got a geography PDF, biomes. The other thing you can do is, if you do, and you shouldn't really have to, if your school policy, institute policy doesn't want you to put things in the public domain. I personally believe if you are going to use things from the public domain, you should really share. But if you do not have to, do not want to do that, then what you really need to do is, you get this link here. See here, you get this link here, or you can create a shortcut for this file. You can say right click, create shortcut, and that shortcut here, if you go to the properties of that shortcut actually will allow your students to go straight into the internet. So if they are on your local computer in class and it's a file that you don't want to give out, then you can always create a link to it. So come here, link, and then you highlight it, click on link, and you can go standard page. Oh no, it has to be a web page, because standard page is a page if you are linking on the same things. So if I just go to a URL, now if they are on your server and this is their F drive, Z drive, then they should be able to find it. Yeah. Oh, invalid URL because it wants an HTTP. It will not take a local thing. But you can have things like, okay, so I can't have a local URL. That's fine. You can always specify the path here. You can just give them the path here. You know, this is the link. You go to your Z drive and pick this file. So that's how you make things accessible to them. Finally, I want to show you under settings, once you publish, if you publish it, you can archive it. So if I publish this grade 7 demo, this is what it looks like, and this is what it will look like when a student opens a file about subjects. So I don't have anything in English, but I have something in digital tech, so that's what digital tech will look like. That's how your contact form will look like, with your map and with your contact form. Now what you can do is you can click on archive, put your email, and it will come into your email as a zip file. That zip file you can straight away put on your drive, and let me show you. You can put on your local network, you can put inside your LMS, and it will just work. In part 2, I will actually download that file and I'll show you how it works. This video is getting a bit long, so I'm going to